What is the whole person approach? I know this is kind of an overarching idea, but what is it? My name's Chris Richardson. I'm a coach here at Life on Your Terms, and we make videos here so you can do exactly that. You can live a life on your terms. So what is the whole person approach? Today, I'm gonna go over the whole person approach and then what to do if you're struggling to integrate the whole person approach into your life. So what is the whole person approach? The way I see it is the past generation lived a life to work, and this newer generation, we live a life to live. We look at not just the professional areas of our lives, but we're gonna look at everything. How do we create a great family? How do we maximize our talents and do our hobbies? Things of that nature, and we live a life to live. And that's how I see the whole person approach, is to look at all areas of your life and then make decisions in alignment so that all these areas can move forward. Not just with a focus on professional, and if that is your thing, that is totally okay. But generally, this newer generation is shifting to live a life to live, to maximize all the areas. So with that, I believe personally that there is a certain level of interconnectedness between all the parts of our life. I truly believe that your family life impacts how you perform at your professional life. And I think that your health affects everything as well. And I think the way you manage your time also impacts everything. I think everything is interconnected and it all needs to be the best in all areas. The way I think about it, if I want to be the best as a coach and the best in my professional life, I need to be the best partner. I need to be the best son. I need to work to getting better in those areas and try to max out all those areas, because success is not just one area. It's how you do everything and how you manage everything. And I truly believe that your whole person is influenced by your environment, by your social people, by your own decisions, and it's influenced by it all. And it's important that you keep track of everything so that you know what factors are influencing others. And these are personal beliefs, and maybe you feel the same or maybe you don't, and that's okay. But that's just how I see it, is when the whole person, you need to look at everything and not just look at one area of your life on improving, but realize that it's all connected, and you want to try to max out everything. The way I see it is, if I'm successful if I've tried to max out all the areas of my life. And so if you're struggling to integrate this stuff, I think the best place to start is the balance wheel description in the description below, because the balance wheel actually shows you the whole person. We're gonna look at professional, we're gonna look at relationships, we're gonna look at health, and we're gonna look at resources, and each of those has a subcategory. And you're gonna go through, take the quiz, and it's gonna show you where you're at, and maybe it'll give you some insight like, oh man, my relationship with my friends is really low, or my work environment, I really don't enjoy my work environment. So it'll kind of highlight what do you need to change, and maybe it'll give you a little insight like, okay, my job environment is causing me stress, which then influencing how I am as a family person. And sometimes that's all you need, that little realization to flip a switch, and then you can become better in both areas. So with that, what I would do is I would encourage you to take that balance wheel. And then after that, after you take the balance wheel, I would go around in each category and ask yourself, what does amazing look like 12 months from now in each of those areas? Because then you're gonna start to get a vision. You're gonna start to see, okay, these are the changes I wanna make. And then you can see how they start to affect each other. And then from there, you can start working backwards on a strategy so that you can become successful in all the areas you want. You're gonna look at the choices you need to make, the behaviors that you need to change, and maybe you'll realize that, okay, I actually don't have that good of time management skills, and that causes me a lot of stress, which allows me to not be the best family man. Or, I'm not happy with my job compensation, so I'm not able to save the resources that I want to for long-term success. Or, maybe it's, I don't feel like I'm using my talents to the fullest of my ability, and I want to improve that so I feel better about my professional life and more work-life balance, stuff like that. So there's, every person's different, every approach is gonna be unique, but it's important you look at that and then start to decide where you wanna go with it. And so then what I would encourage you is actually, after you create a strategy, what behaviors do I need? What habits? What things do I need to change? What do I really need to realize that affects each other? Then you're going to create goals and quarterly objectives around what you want to change and then execute upon it. And with execution, you're going to look at, what do I need to do to make sure I get to my goals, and what systems do I need to have in place? And then what roadblocks are going to come up along the way that may prevent me from reaching these goals? And then you're gonna do regular check-ins, and I would encourage you to share this with a partner, or best friend, work friend, whatever. I would encourage you to share it with someone and share the changes you wanna make. And I think when you do this, you're gonna realize you feel a lot better because you have a plan, and then you're also on the path to the whole person approach. And personally, I think that's the best way to do it because I truly believe everything affects everything. So that's the whole person approach. Hopefully it is helpful. Again, it was high level, not going to be an instant fix, but hopefully it was helpful for you to give you some perspective and maybe highlight some things you want to change.